It's Rob and Sometimes Leigh.
Okay, Leigh, you got to save this story for when we're on the air.
Yes, I do. I haven't even told you.
You almost tried to tell me a story, and I stopped you.
You did.
Now you can go.
So, do you ever cook with parchment paper?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really handy, right? You don't
Sure.
have to spray your pan. You just, when you're done your baking, or if you're using it for meat, you just saves the cleanup time.
Yeah.
Doesn't stick. Well, my wonderful daughter, she's a smart girl.
No, which is
We're going with Sage.
Sage,
Here,
okay.
We're going with Sage. And I'm using her name, throwing her right under the bus because I've not laughed so hard. So Sage has been having some issues with, burning things or her oven getting really smoky. So she says to me, Mom, I saw this video when I'm using the paper that if you use cooking spray on your pan, the paper won't stick. And I said, well, that's kind of ridiculous and overdone. Like the whole point of the parchment paper is
to avoid spray.
To avoid spray. And, you're kind of, I guess, she goes, my paper's always sticking. It's always sticking.
She's using wax paper.
Bingo. She'd been using waxed paper. So
it's not the same.
It's not the same. She goes, well, that's why my oven was smoking, burning. Like she just couldn't believe it. But first she argued with me. No, it's parchment. No, it's parchment. It's parchment. It's parchment. Dylan saved the day. Holds up the wax paper. Ta-da! Wax paper. My child can't let it go with that. She sends me a quick note of why you should be using wax paper. So she says to me, so I've been thinking, and there are some benefits to using wax paper. Soft chemical aftertaste. Don't expire since they're wax coated. Test the fire alarm so you know you're safe if fire breaks out. Smoke barreling out of the oven steams your face nicely. Hashtag self-care. So for months, my child has been cooking and baking, broiling on waxed paper.
All in the name of self-care.
Self-care. And then went and bought cooking spray. So it was cooking spray and wax paper. The chemicals on her food. She's going to live forever. She's going to live forever.
Fully preserved. So you're not alone, Sage. I mean, I did that once too.
Did you really?
I didn't realize there was a difference.
Really?
Yeah. Years and years. I can't remember what I was doing now, meat or something, but.
Well, she'd said to me, she goes, well, what is wax paper for? Like, what do you have for? I'm like, crafting. She says, well, why would you have in your kitchen? I'm like, well, back in the day, like when I was a kid, that's how your sandwiches got wrapped. You didn't have sandwich containers or things like that. You got it wrapped with the little fold and the triangle ends and folded your sandwich in there, your peanut butter sandwich.
Some people, tea companies, still wrap their tea bags in wax paper in the box.
In the box, correct. Yeah. But it's not for cooking.
It's not.
It's not for cooking.
Silly girl.
She is a silly girl.
Rob and Sometimes Leigh. Mornings on 88.7 The River.